What's good? What's good? Welcome to One Crack News. Let's get into it. Oh my goodness. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. I have to clarify some things here because I think maybe I was saying it incorrectly yesterday, but once again, this man avoids all the questions and changes the narratives and moves the goalposts. So maybe it was unclear what I was stating yesterday. So I'll make it clear again, just so they can hear. See, when you move the goalposts, you're changing the direction so that people can be confused. Sorry about that. So they can be confused. When you're running these misdirectional plays, yeah. So yesterday, we were asking Gilbert Arenas, why did he rat or did he rat on Chris Mills? Because after the Bonzi Wells incident, Mills was quickly sat down and there was an investigation had that he was a part of. He was a part of that investigation. They came and interviewed the entire coaching staff. And Eric Musselman and the general manager, they went into an extensive dive. Because once this hit David Stern's desk, he wasn't too proud about what he heard. Now, because Chris Mills is a player who's in his final years of being in the league, oh, not yet. Oh, no. I ain't got him yet. He can get it if he want to, but I don't think he wants to be the next contestant on this internet screen because he know who can do what with who. Gil, we gonna keep that between me and you. Oh yeah, the Versace shades. These the Versace shades watching y'all. Oh no, it goes a little bit deeper than that. The rabbit holes goes a lot deeper. But hopefully he don't want to be the next contestant. So he doesn't have to find out how deep the rabbit hole really goes. But exactly. Now let's keep it on this point here. Now, he tried to make it look like because he's friends with Chris Mills, like I was just with Chris the other day and we friends and all this. It's cool and dandy like candy. But at that time, they did an investigation. The man who was in charge, who was the president at that time, of basketball operations, he was trying to wrap this thing up real fast. So it didn't get to anywhere where it needed to be to. You know, they wanted it to disappear. Right. Stu. I don't know if y'all remember Stu Jackson used to coach the Knicks. He was the vice president. He's the vice president then of the NBA. So he was senior VP. So he was dealing out the punishments and everything else. That was his job. Stu was supposed to have Silver Slipper's job, but we'll get into that another day. Absolutely. He was suspended for attempting to confront Bonzi Wells, right, from the Trailblazers when they had a fight on the court. He tried to block him from going in the locker room, the team bus, and then they had the off-court incident where they cut off the team bus, him and his homeboys, in a car. And allegedly, there was a firearm present, right? This is the story that's been told, the story of legend. Now, because of this, Bonzi Wells was suspended for 2 games for throwing a punch during this whole melee. Rasheed Wallace got fined $15,000 for attempting to go into the stands. Chris Mills has lost out on $200,000 worth of salary, and yeah, Gary St. Jean, who was the GM, knew that all the fines was coming down, but he didn't want to lose his young star player who was on the rise at that time, Gilbert Arenas. So because Gilbert Arenas was on the rise and was having a breakout year, was playing well, they didn't want to lose their top scorer because Gilbert Arenas was trying to pick up a chair and throw a chair at someone during this brawl. But one of the coaches restrained him, so he didn't get fined. And the Warriors was trying to say, oh, well, one of our team, we restrained Gilbert Arenas for throwing a chair. Just for picking up the chair, he would have been suspended in today's game, of course. But back then, water under the bridge. But now, this launched into an investigation by the league. Once this incident happened, they're not just investigating what just happened. They want to investigate into who Chris Mills is. So they went to the coach. They went to the assistant coaches. They interviewed the general manager, and Gary's just trying to keep everything together. And so is them telling him what to say, what not to say. Now, after the punishment is done, Golden State can do their own punishment. After the league does their thing. And that's pretty much what David Stern says. Like, there's no precedence for us to do this because we really don't have any evidence to prove that there was a gun. But David Stern is like, I know it was a gun. And I'm not even going to play with him. After this 3-game suspension, everything changed. They did an investigation into past behaviors and incidents. Somebody told something on Chris Mills because once that happened and they brought him back out, he had a DNP for the very next game. He didn't even play after his suspension was over. Then he comes back, he plays 5 minutes only. After averaging about 12 minutes a game, he comes back for only 5 minutes of a game. Then he plays 6 minutes. Then they DMP him again. Then he plays only for 3 minutes in a game. Then he sat out for an entire month. They sat him down for an entire month. Straight like that. They were trying to deal him and trade him off of the team based on what they had found out through their investigations. Somebody was talking. Somebody told him some things. And of recent, we wouldn't have known any of these things if a man that's named Gilbert Arenas did not step up and decided that he was going to tell the whole world what Chris Mills did to him and hit him with cars, ran him into walls, bumped him and knocked him into this and knocked him into that. We wouldn't have known anything. But Gilbert let that be known. Nobody in the world was going around saying Chris Mills was a Crip, except for Gilbert Arenas. That man stated that he was a Crip, that Chris Mills was a Crip. I know him as an NBA basketball player who played for the Golden State Warriors and the Knicks. I don't know him from being a Crip. To me, that's a very demeaning take to have on another person. I just think that's awful. To make that, even if you were cool with him, I'm quite sure he wouldn't be cool with you going around calling this man a Crip like that. Now, my phone's ringing upstairs. I can take y'all with me because I guess that's where I left it. So we wouldn't have known anything if this guy didn't open his mouth. So he just told us for free, right? I'll send the other one. So he just told us for free. So you mean to tell me you wouldn't tell his coaching staff and training staff when questioned? So you mean to tell me once he's questioned, he ain't gonna give up the booty? Oh, he gave it up. You know he did. Why would he not? He just gave it up for free like it was nothing. On the internet, talking for free. Giving it up. That investigation went down. How do I know there was an investigation? Because I know there was an investigation. I know how the NBA investigates, sir. I'll close the door for you. Everybody's like, can you please close that door? Fine, the closet door is closed. Y'all happy? So now you wanted to share that information to the world. That's exactly what he did. He chose that route. Nobody chose the route for him. He chose it. Because he thought it was going to make him look tough. To him, this was a good look. Listen to this. He just says, you go live so your people can't hear me clown you about the fake stuff you talk about. You could come up anytime you want. When you ready, I can drop the link and you can come right up. What do you mean? I go live so people can't hear you. You have your own platform. You can go live on yours. We don't run from nothing over here. I don't know. Chris Mills might not have known what you said. But imagine what that was said. I'm just asking, Gil, what did you say? That's all we asking. What did you tell them people? When them people came through with the investigation, what did you tell them? All I know is at the end of the year, you got the hell up out of Cali. Please tell us what's so fake about it. What's so fake about it?
Talk. Is laughing at me because I got beat up every day. Not one time and then I quit. Every day, the same nigga had to beat me up. So that means I kept coming back for more ass whooping because I didn't learn my lesson. They don't understand that concept. Chris Mills, 6'8", crip, gangbanger, heavy-handed, about 245, 235, you beat me up. So that means I kept coming back for more ass whooping because I didn't learn my lesson. They don't understand that concept. Chris Mills, 6'8", crip, gangbanger, heavy-handed, about 245, 235, used to whoop my... Now,
he just gave a whole descriptional rundown in less than 10 seconds. This man said, Chris Mills, crip, gangbanger, heavy-handed, 6'4", 6'7", 235. He just gave you a whole rundown for free. He just did that for free. That dude just did that for free. This dude just did that for free, y'all. This man just told the whole world Chris Mills was a Crip. Nobody saying that. Nobody. I've never seen him do no dances, no blue rag. I ain't seen none of that. I see him as a basketball player in the NBA. That was him. I don't know what Gil talking about. That boy is telling. That's a Teletubby right there, boy. Tinky Winky. He gave the whole description rundown. Now, did I say anything? Or did he do it? He did it, but he said, I'm lying. How am I lying if you the one that's saying all this? Would nobody be talking about Chris Mills right now if you didn't open your mouth? So you mean to tell me you was 10 toes down when the NBA was doing an investigation? I'm supposed to believe that.
And then I quit. Every day, the same nigga had to beat me up. So that means I kept coming back for more ass whooping because I didn't learn my lesson. They don't understand that concept. Chris Mills, 6'8", Crip, gangbanger, heavy-handed, about 245, 235, used to whoop my... Now, y'all understand the concept of someone that's annoying. Every day they keep fucking with you, bad days, good days, you start to get a little more aggressive to try to sway them from, fucking with you, right? But I kept coming back every day for that ass whooping. There was days where he hit me with his car. Like I walked in front, so I was fucking with him, drove me home, and then I walked behind the car, got hit, right? So I was smart. Not gonna do that shit no more. The next time I walked in front of the car, right? So it's his car and then the driveway. There's maybe 2 feet between the driveway and his car, right? I walked in front of the car. He hit me into my garage, which damaged my hip. So I was out. I mean, I was on IR, so they didn't give a fuck. But I was out for about two weeks.
Now, as you can see, he got hit by a car. Now you said the man hit him from behind, then he got smart when in front of the car got hit. Where is the lie? That's all I'm trying to say. Where is the lie? If there's a lie, you told it. Nobody got a lie on you. Nobody would be mentioning Chris Mills. So if Chris Mills don't want his name mentioned, he'd be like, man, why is everybody talking about me right now? Because of you, Gilly. We ain't go digging up Chris Mills. You did. So you mean to tell me when the NBA investigated all these incidents into him, they run a probe into all the activities that's going on? So the NBA is definitely going to try to cover themselves because they don't want to look stupid in front of the rest of the world and make themselves say this all went down under our nose. No, they're going to tell the public, oh, we have no information. We're going to do this. And then they're going to really come after dude. So you mean to tell me the coaching staff had nothing to say about all this? He said, dude said, what Gil Line got to do with you? Investigation on what? Maybe you got here too late. Let me explain to you what the investigation was for, Mr. Gill. The investigation into what went down with Bonzi Wells and Chris. This is what I'm saying. You guys are getting things mixed up because I think Kwame said it incorrectly when he was saying it to you. He was mixing up your incident with the incident that happened with Bonzi Wells and thinking they were at the same time or something. So I think everybody got confused with that. So I'm here to clarify said incidents. That incident with Bonzi Wells that led to the investigation, the suspension, that led into the investigational probe into what Chris Mills was really into, because they weren't going to tell the media all of this activity, but they wanted to go into his activities. So the NBA investigated, and the Golden State Warriors got the raft of that. So they immediately went to try to trade Chris Mills after his 3 games was up. Oh, it wasn't just going to be 3 games, Gil. There was an investigation going with the league into his activities, because when you're accused of the things that he was accused of, there was other people who was on the Portland team, who was on the bus. They were asked questions also. That's how I know all of this, sir. His activities of what? The alleged incident when the bus got cut off by allegedly one of his friends or some of his friends and himself. And he jumped out of the car wanting to have Mr. Wells get off of the bus. So they had to investigate, because the rumor was there was a firearm present. So the investigation went into that. So they wanted to go see, was there other incidents that was overlooked or wasn't reported? So there were interviews with your assistant coaches, your general manager, your head coach. They're probing into his life to see what is actually going on, because maybe they've missed something. You know it because in a couple of years, buddy, you did the same dumb shit. So you know exactly how a probe works. Oh, so you know I've talked to some people that know that was there. Can I reveal that right now? Yeah, I spoke to some people that was eyewitnesses to the situation. I'll say that. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Gill. That absolutely took place. They were eyewitnesses to the fact that you tried to pick up a chair, sir. You tried to pick up a chair and get involved. What you gonna do with that chair? You was fronting. You see, they were gonna suspend you too in this investigation. But since you were like having a record year and you were playing very well, you know, the Golden State Warriors protected you and said, oh, no, we stopped him. We grabbed him before he did anything. But you was about to come out the bag as a dum-dum. Because had you thrown that chair, buddy, oof, it wouldn't have went well for you. Wouldn't have went well for you. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask them about you, sir. I think you're misunderstanding. It's about the actual situation that took place at hand. And that year, you're a second-year player. Nobody even really knows who you were, Gil. No one barely knows who you were. You were like not important. So I'm sorry. Nobody was mentioning you. They were going over the situation with the characters that were really involved. So my thing is, when the investigation came, and now he's basically, look at him, he's telling again. Now he's saying he was there also, and he was the car that blocked them off so they couldn't back up. So he was there too. So what did you tell the investigators? That's all I want to know. Did they interview you? Because if you doing all this telling for free, what else you gonna be talking about next? No, the shades on. I already told Gil, and I already told him. Don't be the next contestant on this internet screen. He already know. Because you know who can do you know what with you know who. And we gonna keep that between me and you, Gil. Absolutely. So that's what that means. There was an NBA investigation after the said fact. Chris Mills came back and they sat him. He played like maybe 2 games and they were trying to sit him. He played him like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. His 12 minutes rolls was over. After he served the suspension, he had a bunch of DNPs. They sat him for a month, tried to deal him, they couldn't. So they brought him back. He played about 3 more games, or maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. But I know he was done. At the end of the year, completely done. They couldn't move him. He never played again in the league. Never played again in the league. So they weren't going to tell the press what they found and all this stuff. But whatever they found, it was enough where he wasn't going to play. Now, somebody said, well, he was injured. He got injured, and that's why he was out. So he couldn't play the next year. He was traded 2 times, 3 times, basically, and was not nowhere in the. And it's weird because he was traded. He was involved in a trade that brought in Rasheed Wallace. He never played. That's how they just kept trading him and trading him. He got his $6 million. So, much respect to that brother. Would nobody be mentioning him if it wasn't for Gil? Yeah, he was DJ Vlad before DJ Vlad. Look, he just told some more involvement. And this is why Steven Jackson don't deal with him no more. Steven Jackson said this dude is bad news. All that stuff that went down with KB, that was enough for Steven Jackson. He don't deal with Gil no more. He knew Gil played his hand and showed him who he was and what he was dealing with. I'll let you know right here. I'll just play it up. Y'all ain't got to listen to me.
Situation showed a lot. A lot of the people that I ride for, that I speak up for, you follow me. I give a lot of people love and props. They wasn't nowhere around when I was going through all this, but it was noted.
They could probably feel like you weren't going through shit though, Stat. That's y'all business.
Nah, not even that. But like, I jump in a lot of people. The old
but
Stat,
that's the type of friend you is.
Yeah, I'm riding.
You running the stand.
I'm riding.
You going to the stand about your
yeah. I expect the same for my niggas though.
Some niggas ain't like that. Some niggas don't do that.
I know that
shit.
now.
Most niggas ain't like that.
Shit,
I know it, but I know it for real now.
Nah, for sure.
I know it for real now.
But you can't take that personal.
Damn. He know it for real now. He know it for real now, Gilly. He know it for real. You probably want. Nobody said that Chris Mills ain't talking to you. Chris Mills probably don't know you told. So a lot of people hang around people they didn't know ratted. You'd be like, dog, you cooperated against me? Man, you know how much money you didn't cost me? Mm-hmm. Now, see, Jack said it. I'm a real one. When Kwame was going through, this whole thing was going down with KB, what did Gil say? Oh, no, I don't want no smoke with Kwame. Shoot, I didn't see this dude, him and his brother beat up a whole nightclub. I don't want no smoke with Kwame Brown. No, I don't want nothing to do with that. No, I'm out. And that's what Jack is talking about. Jack, like, man, y'all, you came to me asking me to help you out with your webs, with your podcast and all of this. Nah, bro. Nah, you done. You done. You played your hand. You already showed me who you are. You ain't stand down. You didn't stand 10 toes down with Jack. That's why he's saying, I know now. I thought you was real. No loyal to Jack, huh? Why you ain't act like you didn't know Jack? You ain't act like you wasn't cool with him. So was Jack lying when he said you was trying to ask them for help on your podcast? Huh? Was Jack lying? Yeah, I know you Matt's friend. He knows that. But you was trying to be cool with him. Talking about some no loyalty. Look at that. Not loyal to Jack, huh? I don't know Jack. But you sitting up there on his couch, looking like a swolled up Polish sausage. Sitting up there on his couch. Now they didn't put that vacuum cleaner to work and light pulled that fat off of him. Now you see Jack tell you the real right there. Now you see, you heard it directly from Jack. I ain't had to say nothing. Didn't have to say a word. How come I've never had Jack on my show? Matt twice, because I know Matt. Matt wanted me shaking my damn head, just lying for no reason. But I'm going to go live and show you all your caps. Okay, you could do that. You could do that. What was Jack capping right there? You just heard Jack say that, right? Oh, so what you gonna say? Jack wasn't talking about you, right? Jack wasn't talking about you. Is that what you gonna try to say? Meanwhile, you was trying to get a show on Showtime. You trying to get you a podcast. You trying to poach off them. Getting their contacts, wanting help. Jack know all about it. Now all of a sudden, I don't care who he was talking about. I'm loyal to my teammates. So if Kwame was mad, I wouldn't support the show content. So you mean to tell me you wasn't cool with Jack before all that happened? You know damn well Jack was through with you after that. What did he tell you? Don't come asking me for nothing. Don't come asking me for nothing else. Don't come to me asking me about no podcast stuff. Like I guess you asked him about that. And he said, no, you can't do that no more. Don't come asking me for nothing. Want me to help out with your podcast and all that? No, don't do that. That's done. Can't do that no more, bro. You played your hand. But he know you Matt's friend. But now you know for real that I ain't making nothing up. Now he done heard Jack's main voice say it himself. People who wasn't 10 toes down when it all went down. Now all of a sudden, Cino wasn't just making stuff up out of his imagination. See, now he know it's real. I can drop the link if you want to come up. It's up to you. Or you gonna go on live on your show?
That's what he's trying to do.
So you feel like that situation make you be like, I'm gonna stop playing with these niggas.
Nah, it ain't that. I'm gonna always be me, and I'm gonna always speak my mind. That ain't gonna never change. But at the same time, this situation showed a lot. A lot of the people that I ride for, that I speak up for, you follow me. I give a lot of people love and props. They wasn't nowhere around when I was going through all this, but it was noted.
They could probably feel like you wasn't going through shit though. That's y'all business.
Not even that. But like, I jump in a lot of people. The old
but that's the type of friend you is.
Yeah, I'm riding.
You running in stand.
I'm riding.
You going in the stand.
I expect the same from my niggas though.
Some niggas ain't like that. Some niggas don't do that.
I know that
shit.
now.
Most niggas ain't like that.
Shit,
I know it, but I know it for real now.
Nah, for sure.
I know it for real now.
But you can't take that personal. You know?
I don't take it personal. I just know why I'm at with you.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you. I just know why I'm at with you.
See, he ain't mad at you. He know where he at with you. He ain't mad at you, Gil. He know where he at with you. So let that be known. He's not mad at you. He knows where he's at with you. So you can't come back. Can't come back over there. Hey, man. He ain't going for that. You played your hand. See? When the get along, the go along, get along game start turning. Start tearing each other up. See, he ain't got nothing to say now. He got nothing to say. Ain't nothing to say no more. I want to know, what did you tell them investigators? Step on up. Now, how come I never had Jack on my show? I had Matt twice because I know Matt. Matt wanted me. Just lying for no reason. I'm going to go live and show all your caps. What am I lying about? What am I lying about? I don't care who he talking about. See, now you don't care who we talking about. You see what I'm saying? You got to make it make sense. Now, what's going on with all this telling? He over here telling for free. For free. So if he over here telling us for free, what he doing? You mean to tell us that when an investigation is going down, this man gonna stand 10 toes down? Boy, that's what I'm saying. You better not do nothing around this dude. No, I'm gonna tell you, like Jack said, you didn't retweet it. You ain't retweet the show. You ain't show no support. But they was retweeting you. He just know where he at with you. That's just what it is. With you and him, he know what the kind of dude you is. So he know he can't ride with you. So now don't come back around asking no questions about no, man, can you help my podcast? Can you do this? Can you do that? Don't blame me. Now you just heard the culprits. So you can't sit there and say, oh, Cino lying. See, where's Cino lying at? You heard the audio yourself. You heard it from the horse's mouth. That's why he ran off scared. He wasn't going to come up here. Like I said, he don't want to be the next contestant on that screen, buddy. It's like, stand down. When the Cino's cooking, You better not come in the kitchen. You best not come in that kitchen. It get nasty, bro. Mm-hmm. Now, let me show you something. Ta-da! Wonder if y'all can see that. Right? Can you see that? All right, I'm gonna try to make it bigger so that you can see it. Ta-damn. Now, right now that I know it's there, I'm gonna do my little expand, y'all. You can see that's his Gilbert Arenas. He says they have their own page and I have my show. My show ain't on their page. And he's winking his eye. And I go right to Underdog Fantasy page. And you can see it right there. Underdog Fantasy. And here in their network, they got Underdog Fantasy Football, Underdog NBA, the Trail Wizards Show, Gil's Arena. That does say Gil's Arena. That says Gil's Arena right there. Steve Smith Show and other show. So they have his show right there. Now, what did he just say? They have their own page, and my show ain't on their page. That's from Gilbert Arenas. This is their page, Underdog Fantasy. There's Gil's Arena right there, right in that network. So, like I said, you were saying, where are we lying at, man, dog? They got to put a cap over you, dog. They gonna have to put a cap over you, man. This got to stop. How many times do we got to prove? How many more lies do you have to lose before you realize it's probably true? Whatever Cino say, Cino probably do. What? How many more lies is this man gonna keep feeding you? We keep breaking it down, breaking him down, and he keeps moving the goalposts. He keeps talking about all these players and all this stuff. When you was on the Wizards, sir, why did Jared Jeffries, who was one of the young star players on that team, who was there before you got there, he wanted out? Why did he want out? He wanted to go to the Knicks. He went to Ernie and said, Ernie, I want out of here. You say you cool with Jared Jeffries, hit him up. But you never addressed it. You never addressed why. Did I tell y'all this is what moving the goalposts is? He focused on another conversation because he don't want to go into that. He don't want to go into that. You came up there, messed up Larry Hughes' money almost. Thank God he got it and finally got his just due. Went to another team and got it. But all of a sudden, Larry can't get his shots. Guys ain't getting their shots when you on the team. This guy lied and tried to say he wasn't the face of the team. Boy, I tell you, how many more lies is this man gonna tell, Lord Jesus? How many lies? lies and deceptions. Every day, more lies. What he does. He's distrustful. He gonna have to go live because he got a lot of cleaning up to do. That boy sweating. He in a suit. He on that stand. They're gonna be, can you point him out, Mr. Arenas? There you go, right there. Do you see him in this courtroom today, Mr. Arenas? Yes. Oh. Then he says, oh, my shoes are in the top because they're the only shoes that got like 14 different colors. They don't normally, shoes only have 3 colors. They don't have like 14 colors. I got like 14 colors for my shoes. You know why he said that? To deceive y'all. You see, the questions. Now, the questions that Allen Iverson got, those shoes were revolutionary because they had multiple colors. But you know why they made those many colors and was bringing those colors out is because Adidas had deals with the universities and schools. So whatever the school color was, the shoe had to go and be the color of the school uniforms and all of this. Like when the questions came back out, all these universities that Reebok had a contract with for years, they had a 2-year deal, 3-year deal. Michigan State had a contract with Reebok. So they had the green questions. The green questions was never released anywhere that we had seen before. Until then, the Michigan State had them in green, and the questions was everywhere in different colors. You see, I'm old enough to remember, so I know what's going on. So when they released your shoe out, sir, in different colors, it wasn't because you were great. It's because they had a lot of free shoes that they're trying to get rid of because they're not selling anything with you. You're not an active player. You wasn't even popular that much. You had a 3-year run, dog. You're more known for TMZ than anything else. So universities, Adidas to have a contract with someone and then they'll give them shoes. So whatever school there is, they will make them in that color. Of course not. They give them the schools as part of their deal because they got to give away free shoes to the university, but they have a contract, so they get paid by the university. They have a deal. Right. The athletic contract, it's all in their budget. So everybody, every year, the schools try to renegotiate with other schools, and it's Adidas, Reebok, and Nike normally was fighting for these positions. He had one pair that I think that looked really good. It had like the red, they were like the red, white, and blue with the 3 stripes and red in the back. Those looked good. I like the way those looked compared to any other ones. Because remember, I wore Adidas every day for like 4 years straight. From Adidas cologne, Adidas underwear, Adidas socks. I had an Adidas watch. Yes, I was that guy. So for me, I knew everything about Adidas. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Gil don't even know what he's talking about. He's gonna go up there and make up some lie to try to say, oh, he was involved in something that he wasn't. He's gonna mispronunciate or misunderstand what I said to try to make it look like this is the direction I was going in, just for his own benefit. But I'm gonna leave it right here so you guys can go hear him clear his name up and try to lie his way out of it. And Gil, once again, don't be the next contestant on this internet screen, because you know who can do you know what with you know who. But we gonna keep that between me and you. Don't make me do it, Gil.